Hey everyone, my name is Klaudia Oliver, and I am here to tell you a little bit about Wumanas. First of all, I send you such a blessing for today. It's the new moon in Gemini. It feels as though for this moment that we've been in lockdown, there's been a little bit of an inertia, closing in. And right now we can begin to see the beginning of this planting of new intentions, what we would like to come about in this new cycle. And with that, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the story of Wumanas and hopefully lead you as well to intend, what am I birthing? Who am I becoming in this new time, in this coming time? So a little bit of backstory. First of all, I'm here in San Miguel de Allende, here in Mexico. In February, I was approached by my friend Maxima Simons to join a collaborative of women who would be multidisciplinary and collaborative in nature, to form a new kind of organization that was multidisciplinary and multidimensional as well. I feel in the last years I have been drawn, well, I've always been drawn to ritual, but more and more I've been called of service to maybe bring about a knowledge or traditions that are a little bit more esoteric in nature and integrate these into modern life. More and more as the times are stopping making sense, there seems to be more of a need to embrace ancestral traditions, but at the same time have a little bit of fun, allow magic into your day-to-day life. And so when I was asked to come in and be a part of this collective, I was more than happy. Now, when we started, however, that was May the 8th. So you can imagine that was right around lockdown, right around like, wow, this is like beginning and we're actually going to be now put away. What's the nature of, of gatherings? What's the nature of us being together? Say it's been really beautiful to see how all of this has come about. There seems to have been like a really mutual support of light that's been transcending cultures and everything. Many of us are now gathering together on Zoom calls and on, in a different way, and live streaming and all of this. And this is like enabling and proving to us that the human spirit is longing to connect, is longing to create, is longing to collaborate. And I feel it's important to mention this because in these times, what's needed is, well, love to start off with, but beyond that, what does that mean? How can we who have come from this electronic music world of congregation, of festivities throughout the world, how are we going to invent this new life? How are we inventing this new world? In my case, my apportation, as you see behind me, what this is my ofrenda. So I normally deal in ritual. I like to have public ritual and private one-on-one sessions to connect people to their ancestral universal field. Although I have a Mexican tradition, I'm also extremely integrative in that I have observed energy systems and traditions from throughout the world. And by now, my calling is to give birth to the new way of being, to the new enlightenment, if you will, and with the purpose of coming together, with the purpose of allowing us to have much more of a connection to ourselves and to the planet. 10 years ago, I came up with a concept called Guadalupe Verde. And this was the Virgin of Guadalupe, as some of you know, many of you do know this image, this iconic image of the Mexican Mary. Years ago, I witnessed how many of the people that walk in faith and many of the people that, do these journeys and things, there was actually a disconnect between being, like the old belief systems that just told you to, go here and go there, and the disconnect between respect for the planet. And here in Mexico, at least, in the last times that there's been revolutions, when you had the independence movement in Mexico here with Hidalgo and Allende, when they came in storming and saying, hey guys, it's time for a revolution, they came in storming with Guadalupe, the image of this saint, Actually, I have one here. They came in with this image of this saint, right? And again, it was time for revolution. So this image of Mary was used a lot for this. And after that, in the 90s, the Zapatista movement as well, there was like a need for social justice among Zapatistas and amongst indigenous rights here in Chiapas in Mexico. And again, the image of the Virgin of Guadalupe was utilized as like this ignition. And so with me, I have conceptualized a new image of a Guadalupe, and this time it's a lot more universal. Guadalupe Verde transcends time, transcends belief systems and religion necessarily, and utilizes this iconography, which is extremely relevant today, but much more about stating about a revolution, a feeling, a revolution of consciousness for the planet, a creation of a new paradigm of what really matters. And through performance art, through activity, through different kinds of rituals and initiations, it is my hope to be able to transcend the dogmas of religion and really go into a new belief system that is basically planetarily aligned, one of planetary alignment. The road ahead is unsure, that's for sure. But at the same time, it gives me great hope and great strength to have been part of a collective that seems to be incredibly supportive of one another. In my belief system, we are all mirrors of one another. And so it's been such a beautiful guiding light to have seen how strong women are stepping up to the plate, owning their queendom, owning their talents, and really being there to support, to share, without necessarily looking for what's in it for me, but it's very much been a system of what's in it for we. What's in it for we? What's in it for we as a humanity? What's in it for the planet? What's in it for our animals, our plants, our children? We are necessarily having to create this new world. A lot of the answers are unknown, but what we do know is that by opening up our hearts and allowing fear to dissipate, we can definitely begin to at least feel a sense of groundedness, a sense of purpose, a sense of peace and relief. And with that, we hope to be able to go forward into this brave new world. It is a brave new world.